Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about subtle things men do that make a good first impression from a woman's perspective here. When it comes to first impressions, the smallest details often make the biggest impact. A lot of men focus on obvious things like their outfit or their hairstyle, which are great too, but the truth is, women notice the subtle, less obvious traits that speak volumes about who you are as well. These small gestures and habits can set you apart and leave a lasting positive impression. So let's explore what these are, again, from a woman's perspective here. Okay, the first thing on my list is your ability to handle small setbacks. Your ability to handle small setbacks is a subtle but powerful indicator of your character. Life is full of these little inconveniences: a wrong order at a restaurant, an unexpected traffic jam, a delay in plans. I could really go on and on. But how you respond to these moments can either elevate the experience or create unnecessary tension that just shouldn't be there. Staying calm, composed, and even finding humor in the situation will signal emotional intelligence, patience, and adaptability. These traits are not only attractive, but also reassuring to women, as they're going to reflect how you might handle more significant challenges in a relationship in the future. Being able to keep the peace and stay cool, calm, and collected is something that many women adore in men, myself included. Handling setbacks gracefully isn't about ignoring the problem or pretending that it doesn't exist. It's more about just showing resilience and being able to maintain a positive outlook regardless of what happens. For example, if your meal comes out wrong at a restaurant, addressing it politely without frustration or blowing a gasket to the server is going to demonstrate respect for others while keeping the mood light. Women notice these small behaviors because they reveal your ability to stay grounded and maintain a sense of perspective, even when things don't necessarily go the way that you might have wanted them to. This ability also communicates confidence. A man who can roll with the punches and focus on the bigger picture is going to come across as secure in himself, which is attractive. It's not just about the moment, it's about showing her that you can create an enjoyable experience no matter what obstacles arise, a quality that leaves a lasting impression. Okay, the next subtle thing here is your attention to detail. Subtle attention to detail can make you stand out in the best way possible. It's about noticing and remembering the little things, like a comment she made about her favorite book, or a sincere compliment about something that maybe most people might miss. These moments show that you are actively listening and genuinely interested in getting to know her. Small, thoughtful gestures like holding a door open, ensuring that she's comfortable by maybe giving her your jacket, or even remembering how she likes her coffee can go such a long way in making her feel appreciated. So never underestimate the power of these subtly small, gentlemanly gestures, because us women always notice. Attention to detail also extends to your personal presentation in ways that many men overlook. Sure, basic grooming is expected, neat hair, clean clothes, and good hygiene, but it's the finer points that can elevate you from well-groomed to truly impressive. Small things like clean, well-maintained nails, make sure you clip them, as I always tell you. Fresh breath, don't forget your tongue scraper. If you've been using a tongue scraper like I've recommended for many years at this point, you should have no problem in this category. And even how you've styled yourself for the occasion, aka did you dress appropriately for the occasion, or are you wearing Crocs in a 5-star restaurant? It's worth thinking about. These are going to speak volumes about the care that you put into your appearance. And one detail that stands out more than most is your smell. How do you smell? When done right, a great scent adds an invisible layer of sophistication that is so hard to ignore. Women notice these little details, especially when they're seamlessly integrated into just how you present yourself. That's why I'm thrilled that today's video is sponsored by Forte, a brand that I love and have been recommending to you guys for years at this point. Designed for men who want to stand out without trying too hard, Forte's fragrances, protagonist and antagonist, strike the perfect balance between bold and approachable. Whether you're on a first date or just stepping into a room, Forte helps you leave an impression that lingers in the best way possible. Protagonist will be perfect for you if you're into sweeter, more vibrant scents. It features warm cardamom, fresh orange flower, and a smooth amberwood base. It's inviting yet elegant, making it ideal for daytime wear. If you prefer something a little bolder and more rugged, Antagonist is your go-to. It combines creamy sandalwood, smoky patchouli, and a hint of exotic passion fruit nectar. It's sophisticated yet daring, perfect for winter nights or anytime you just want to make a statement. Now, if I had to pick one, it would probably be protagonist. It's warm, refined, and definitely won't fail to get you compliments. So if you're looking to make a real impression this Valentine's Day, don't overlook the details. Complete your outfit with a scent and let her see that you've got an eye for the things that matter. If you buy both fragrances, it's 30% off, plus you get a free atomizer. You can also take an additional 10% off with my code Courtney Ryan. Thanks again, Forte, for sponsoring today's video. When you pay attention to these subtle yet impactful details, your grooming, your presentation, and especially your scent, you signal confidence and self-respect. These traits are magnetic, and they make all of the difference when you're aiming to create a memorable impression. Okay, next we have the effort that you put into the environment. The effort you put into creating the right environment for a date is going to speak volumes about your thoughtfulness and consideration. It is not about choosing the most expensive or extravagant setting. It's about selecting a place that will allow for natural conversation and create a space where you can easily connect with the girl that you're on a date with. Whether it's a cozy coffee shop, a peaceful park, or a relaxed restaurant, your choice shows that you've put genuine thought into her comfort and just the flow of the date. Punctuality is another crucial aspect here that I feel the need to mention. Arriving on time, which in my opinion is a couple minutes early, is going to show respect for her time and demonstrate reliability, both of which are going to leave a great first impression. Small details like picking a venue with a quiet atmosphere or considering her preferences, if you know them ahead of time, will also highlight your attentiveness. These thoughtful touches go beyond just the logistics. They communicate that you care, which is a good feeling. An important thing to mention here that I really want you guys to know is that effort does not need to come with a hefty price tag. Even the most simple plans can leave a lasting impression when they're intentional. For example, suggesting a place for a date that's going to align with something that she's mentioned enjoying, like a specific type of cuisine or an activity, is going to show that you've been listening to her and genuinely want to tailor the experience to what she likes. Straight up gentleman behavior. Ultimately, the environment that you choose is going to set the tone for the entire date. When a woman feels that you've gone out of your way to make the experience enjoyable, it reinforces the idea that you're someone who's going to value her time and her company. This level of effort not only makes a great first impression, but also builds a foundation for a meaningful connection with her. Now, I've done tons of video ideas if you need a little bit of help for choosing a first date spot. I even recently did a video where I brought on 6 other women to share their opinions on first dates. So if you need a little bit of help with that, I will link it below for you. Okay, next up is your posture and body language. Your posture and body language are silent yet powerful communicators, often speaking even louder than your words do. Standing or sitting with good posture, shoulders back, chest open, and a head held high immediately conveys confidence and self-assurance. This doesn't mean you need to look overly stiff or robotic, which I'm probably a little bit guilty of as I sit here filming this video, but it's just about presenting yourself as someone who's comfortable in their own skin. Open body language is equally important. Things like keeping your arms relaxed and avoiding closed-off gestures like crossing them is going to send the message that you're approachable, engaged, and interested. When she's speaking, leaning slightly forward is going to signal that you're actively listening to her and that you genuinely care about what she has to say. Eye contact paired with a warm expression further amplifies this sense of attentiveness. Now, you don't need to be staring at her nonstop with eyes wide looking like a deer in headlights. It's okay to look away from time to time, but just make sure that you're making an effort to make eye contact. These nonverbal cues are going to show that you're fully present and making her feel seen and valued. On the other hand, negative body language like slouching, fidgeting, or frequently glancing around the room, never making eye contact with her, can unintentionally convey disinterest, nervousness, or even a little bit of insecurity. Even if these habits are completely unintentional, which most of the time they are, women often pick up on them and don't necessarily take them the way that maybe you've intended. These cues might create an impression that you're not fully invested in the interaction, or you just lack confidence, which can diminish the connection. Ultimately, I think the way that you carry yourself sets the tone for the entire interaction that you have with her. Confident and open body language is going to establish trust, comfort, and overall just a positive vibe, all of which are crucial for creating a memorable first impression. Again, it's not about perfection, but about just being aware of how your nonverbal communication can enhance the connection and make her feel more at ease. Just something to be mindful of. Again, no need to be perfect or act like a robot. You're a human. It's okay if you're not perfect. These are just things to remember and to keep in mind. Next on my list is how you treat those around you. The way you interact with others during a date, especially those who aren't directly involved in your conversation, are going to speak volumes about your character. Whether it's a server, bartender, or just a stranger passing by, small acts of kindness and respect do not go unnoticed. Back to the basics, saying things like please and thank you, being patient with someone who's busy or stressed, and maintaining a polite demeanor are subtle indicators of empathy and emotional maturity. Women notice how you treat others because it often reflects how you might treat them in a relationship. Simple, subtle gestures like holding the door open for someone or smiling at a stranger might seem minor, but they collectively create an impression of someone who is thoughtful and considerate. Your actions in these everyday moments are going to show whether you genuinely value and respect people, not just those who you're trying to impress, aka the person that you're on a date with. Women can learn a lot about you by the way that you interact with other people besides just her, and it is absolutely something that great women care about and pay attention to. Next is something that I think we could all use a little reminder of, and that is being present and putting away distractions. In today's fast-paced, tech-driven world, giving someone your undivided attention is increasingly rare and incredibly meaningful. When you can keep your phone out of sight and focus entirely on the person in front of you, it's going to send a powerful message that you respect and value their time and presence. Constantly checking your phone, even if it's to look at your adorable background screen of your cats, or letting notifications interrupt the flow of the conversation, is going to signal disinterest, even if it's unintentional, which I will also just say is another great reason to not wear your smartwatches unless you're working out or you absolutely have to for health reasons. You don't need your little Bleacher Report popping up while you're on a first date in mid-conversation. You can live a few hours without it, I promise. But back to my point here, women are quick to notice when someone is fully engaged and actively listening to them. It's not just about hearing the words she's saying, but about responding thoughtfully and showing that you're invested in the moment and actually listening to her. This simple act of focus and attentiveness can leave a stronger impression than any grand gesture could. It's just about showing that you're listening. I think one of the most rude and off-putting things when you're talking to someone is when they clearly are not listening to you, not paying attention, or they're just visibly distracted by their phone. I don't know about you, but I would not be very attracted to my date if they were glued to their screen like an iPad kid watching Coco Melon or Miss Rachel. It's going to be a no from me. And the last subtle thing here that makes a great impression is ending on a high note. How you close out a date is just as important as how you start it. A thoughtful, sincere expression of gratitude, like thanking her for her time or sharing how much you enjoyed the experience, is going to leave her feeling appreciated and respected. If you're interested in seeing her again, being intentional about suggesting a follow-up is going to show confidence and thoughtfulness. Referencing a shared interest or maybe something that you discussed during the date is going to add a personal and memorable touch. For example, if she mentioned liking art, suggesting a visit to a local exhibit is going to show that you were paying attention and genuinely interested in her preferences and also interested in doing that with her, which I think really goes a long way. A confident and warm conclusion is going to leave her with a positive impression of you, making her look forward to spending time with you again. How you end the date isn't just about wrapping up the evening, it's about setting the tone for what hopefully comes next. By focusing on these subtle, often overlooked aspects of making a first impression, you can stand out in a way that feels authentic and memorable. Women notice the little things, and it's often those small, genuine details that linger long after a date is over. So let me know down in the comments if you've tried any of the things on my list today and what your experience has been on dates that you've been on in the past. I would love to hear from you. And also while you're here, please let me know down in the comments some topics that you would like me to cover or questions that you have for me. I would love to address your specific concerns and just be as helpful as I possibly can. If you like this video or find it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.